Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Nazwalina binti Jufri 2010206 and my partner is Wan Nur Farah binti Muhammad Azizi 2018928. Today we want to present the CNC machining for our first experiment. For the first line in definition statement, it's about our program number. Then we define code of the safety conditions, which is G40 to turn off the cutter diameter compensation, G49 to cancel the total length compensation, G90 to get the absolute dimension input, and lastly G00 to set the rapid triangles. For the third line, T01 refer to the tool change, and in the fourth lines, we define spindle rotations, speed in 1300 mm per minute, and set the feed rate to 280 mm per minute. We also set the absolute dimension input, the working coordinate system, and start the positionings in coordinate 0, 0. Then, the positive to tool length compensation was set in line 6. And lastly, the linear interpolations was set, and the depth of cuts is 1.5 mm. Then we turn on the coolant.
The second part of the CNC program is the machining statements. Based on the figure given, we plot points and specify the coordinates and radius, if it exists, into a table. The points start and end at 0. Then, we determine which G-code to use for the corresponding points in the table according to the figure. In the program, G01 is for linear interpolation, G02 is for clockwise circular interpolation, and G03 is for counterclockwise circular interpolation. As shown, we entered the code in this slide by inputting the G-code, x-axis, y-axis, and radius by referring to the table. The third part of the program is the closing statements. On the first line, we set the cutting direction to the z-axis so it is away from the object. On the second line, we let the spindle stop and switch off the coolant. Lastly, on the third line, we make the program end.